You would arise as if from a pool. Heaven letter number 4882. April 7, 2014. I love you. Yes, I love you. I love you more than you can fathom. You are, it seems, actually shy of love. You are afraid it is too much for you. You might feel there is obligation if you should realize the enormity of my love for you. You might feel you have to become a different person. No, not at all. Not a different person, absolutely not. On the contrary, you would become more of yourself as you really are. You would shed layers of pretense and a misguided picture of yourself. You would become so simple, shorn of earth-mandated appearance. Heretofore, we may consider your existence on earth as only an approximation of yourself, perhaps an imitation of yourself. You would become effortless. Tension would be gone. The true you in all your simplicity would arise. You would breathe as if for the first time. You would shed layers of fabrication, of ambition, of performance, even of excellence. Nevertheless, as you let go of all that covers you up or intrudes upon you, you would know your excellence, and your excellence may well not be what you thought it had to be. You would arise as if from a pool. You would arise refreshed. You and who you are would match how you see yourself. Others would also begin to get a good idea of who you are, rather than their impression. In your clear simplicity, you would be who you are, and no fol-de-rol with it. The real you would stand up, and you would stand tall, and you would be a blessing to yourself, everyone, and the universe. You would be known. Your simple, humble, masterful self would shine through with no barriers to mask it. Everyone would see you, and they would see yourself who, of course, is more than your individuality. They would see a rose in bloom, and they would begin to know that they are a rose in bloom as well. You would be like the runner who ran faster and farther than had been believed possible and broke the records. Because of you, others would also break their own limits. Permission to ascend, that had never been withheld except by one's own consciousness, would now be a gift to the world and everyone in it. No holds barred. Really not so much that the rope had been raised higher, but rather that there was no rope to raise. Ah, this is freedom to be who you really are. No pulling you up or pulling you down. You would take yourself the way life is meant to be taken, as it comes. You would not be stretching yourself. You would be allowing yourself to be the magnificence I know you to be. You would begin to see. You would begin to see creation. You, who are creation, will create, and you will know yourself as a creator of wonder. You will no longer wonder about your capabilities and worth to the world. You will soar, and you will soar, not for yourself, but for the world. You would have fewer thoughts about your individual self. Why? Because you would truly know and live oneness. You won't be able to not. Which of my children, could possibly resist living in oneness? Who would not soar when geared to soar? Who would not take off? And who would take off and leave anyone behind? This would indeed be an army, an untrained army, ready to take over the whole world, but giving the world to everyone just the way an emperor might see the land as his, and yet give it away. This would be an army of peace flying in perfect accord with everyone else. No uniforms needed. This is the arrival of oneness on earth. It has been destined, and you are fulfilling the destiny that was drawn from the birth of the universe. So be it. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. heavenletters.org